Welcome back to the Sharing Secrets channel, where you send us your real-life secret erotica story and we share it. Anonymously, of course. I want to take a minute to thank and welcome all the new subscribers. Please take a moment to give the video a like. It really helps push the videos out to more people who like the same content. It also helps grow our community. If you have any suggestions on how I can help make this content better, please leave you suggestions in the comments below. I would really appreciate it. Tonight's story is about a young and very attractive girl who fell for a guy who knew how to treat her right. She got spoiled, and of course she fell to the temptation of sleeping with the guy's son. Yep, you heard me correct. Let me tell you this. There is a major twist to this story that I did not see coming. So please listen to the end and comment if you are expecting that plot twist. So let's get down to business. Time to dim the lights, grab your partner, grab your wine, and enjoy the story. Tonight's episode is called Twisted Love Triangle. Okay, so let me start off by saying I'm 24 years old. I have been told by many people I should pursue modeling because of my looks. So finding true love has been a double-edged sword. Many times I find men usually use me and stop calling. I've been told because I am so attractive, many men don't believe I can stay loyal or that maybe I will be high maintenance. So after losing faith in love, I started putting my needs and my pleasures first. But I can honestly say I never meant for any of it to happen. I've told myself that so many times it started to lose meaning. But it's true. If anyone had told me a year ago that I'd find myself torn between a man and his son, I would have laughed, maybe even felt insulted. But life has a way of seducing us into chaos when we least expect it. It started on a rainy evening at a gallery opening. I wasn't even supposed to be there, but a friend had canceled last minute and the ticket had been free. I went for the wine, the quiet, the distraction. I wasn't looking for anyone. But then I saw him. Jonathan. He had this commanding presence that sucked all the noise out of the room. Older, graying at the temples, in a navy wool coat that made him look like something out of a noir film. When he caught me looking, he smiled. Not smug, not overtly flirtatious, just certain. He walked over like he'd known me already. Within minutes, we were talking about art, poetry, wine, places we'd never been but wanted to go. There was an ease to him, an intimacy I hadn't felt in years. We went out for drinks after, then dinner 2 nights later, then his place the following weekend. It was slow, electric. He made me feel seen, desired, appreciated. I wasn't just a body or a momentary thrill. With him, I was a story he wanted to read over and over. And yes, we had sex. Lots of it. From initial impressions, I didn't think he could satisfy me the way he did. I guess experience goes a long way. I always knew he shared an apartment with his son. He just made the effort to not have me over when he knew the son would be there. One day, I decided to surprise him. I went to his apartment, but he was not home. Actually, his son opened the door. He introduced himself as Jeffrey, and I couldn't believe how handsome his son was. He was over 6 feet with an athletic build. He was on his way out to buy some groceries, but let me in so I can wait for Jonathan. So nosy me, I went in his dad's room, and there was his dad's laptop, still connected to his iPhone. Yup, fully unlocked and staring at me. No matter how bad I tried to ignore it, it was the biggest itch that needed to be scratched. I went through his messages. By the way, ladies, never go through your man's messages, especially if you're happy. I learned that the hard way. It seemed that Jonathan had another woman in which he was being intimate with. I went blind with rage. At this time, I was just waiting for Jonathan to come home so I can cause a scene he would never forget. I started taking shots of Jonathan's $200 bottle of whiskey as if it was water. Then the door opened. Jeffrey was back with some groceries. I helped him, and for some strange reason, I was no longer angry. Nope, I was horny. So of course I started flirting with Jeffrey. Slight touching, smiling and laughing at all his jokes, deep eye contact. I could have not made it more clear to Jeffrey that I was his for that moment. So he did. It happened. I leaned in for a kiss. My hands went exploring. His hands went exploring. Wasn't long before he had me on top of the kitchen island, penetrating me like he was trying to make a statement. The feeling of revenge. The feeling of getting what I wanted at that moment. The feeling of a sexual satisfaction that I haven't felt in years. It all felt complicated, because then I started to think about how Jonathan treats me, the stuff he buys me, and the attention he gives me. I was mad, but I knew I did not want to lose that. Immediately, I started to feel remorse. I told Jeffrey that his father could not know of what had happened. He agreed. So for a good 2 or 3 months, nothing else happened between me and Jeffrey. But as time flew by and I spent more time with Jeffrey, he started initiating sexual contact. And every time we were alone, well, I gave in to temptation. It felt like every time the sexual aggression was more intense, leaving me ashamed yet satisfied. This went on for a few months, until suddenly both Jonathan and Jeffrey decided to end things with me. I was confused. Why both? I know it's a weird question to ask, but I was so used to being in the house, having sexual relations with both men throughout the day. Yeah, I know it sounds bad, but I was living out my fantasy. I was depressed, upset, and confused. Both men cut off contact with me with little to no information, and it was all so sudden. My mind started questioning why. I convinced myself maybe Jonathan found out of what I was doing with his son, Jeffrey. Maybe I started family drama. I needed to know. Maybe if I came out clean and explain it was all an accident, maybe Jonathan will consider giving me another chance. After all, I didn't want to loose the lifestyle Jonathan spoiled me with. So the next morning, I met with Jonathan by the front door to his house when I knew he would be coming home from work. I cried, and I begged for a second chance. I came clean about what happened with Jeffrey, and to my surprise, this is what he said. "I know what you were doing with my son, Jeffrey. We spoke about it the first time you lustfully threw yourself on him. Honestly, that's the only reason why we kept you around this long. We both agreed. We would both use you as sex puppet. We both got out all our sexual aggression on you. And if you didn't realize we explored new kinks on you, we would be too ashamed to bring up to our new girlfriends. You see, you thought you were getting revenge on me, but at the end of the day, the only person getting penetrated is you," he said. I turned around, embarrassed and angry, the walk of shame back to my apartment. So after all this, I learned one valuable lesson. If you're happy in your relationship, never snoop through a man's laptop or phone. Well, that's the end of tonight's episode. Told you there was a twist to the story. I can't believe how it all ended. I'm sure she had her fun as well. If you like this story and you want her to email us back with more stories, please tell me in comments. If you saw that plot twist coming, also please leave it in the comments. If you would like to send me your story, please send it to Sharingsecretschannel@gmail.com. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you on the next spicy episode.